Finally, we have some gameplay to look at in the combat trailer. It's not without its flaws, but at least there's some good to be had. So I'm not going to bother making a trailer sins video because there is good stuff here, and I'm glad it exists. If marketing didn't have all those nonsense join the initiative trailers, I think we wouldn't be scratching our heads the entire time at how lore-defeating this new installment will be.
Can you make it somewhere tropical? Nice, warm ocean, summer year-round?
It seems Sarah's hair is made of plastic or has a lack of a rigid body, which means it doesn't look like hair, or her hair wasn't cryogenically unfrozen yet, and already she's given the task of pathfinding.
That allows you to jump, evade, and even hover while you're fighting. You'll also notice a new dynamic cover system that allows you to seamlessly use almost any...
I'm not sure how dynamic a cover system this is when your level design is literally a whole bunch of scattered glowing energy chest-high walls.
...anything, including your own vehicle, for cover.
Is there some reason this scope isn't a circle? I mean, wouldn't it be better visibility to have two pieces of circular glass? Why is it a complex 9-sided shape? And if it's an alien gun and we're building and modifying these things, why are we using an alien scope?
In Mass Effect Andromeda, there are 4 categories of guns.
Looks like the M9 Tempest, but I think you can rename your weapons, so I guess that's alright. And again, we have another Mass Effect 3 weapon, the N7 Crusader, which should not exist in this galaxy.
Pistols.
Now, this is the M25 Hornet, another Mass Effect 3 gun that should only exist a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And it's an SMG, not a pistol, nor a heavy pistol. So that's weird. Or doubly or triply wrong, unless there's some manufacturing of converting an SMG into a pistol or vice versa.
Shotguns.
Again, some Mass Effect 3 guns.
And sniper.
And again, some Mass Effect 3 guns.
And assault rifles.
And again, the Mass Effect 3 N7 Crusader, which we saw before, which should also not exist.
While lightning-fast shivs or swords allow you to get in and out of harm's way.
Okay, that's a shiv. I couldn't really see it, and I know a shiv is really small. Even after slowing this thing down, it still can't be visible. It doesn't really help when your player character is also invisible, so we'll just have to take their word for it.
In addition to weapons, you can also develop skills and abilities.
Skill classes appear to be just a categorization of skills, the same way the classes are specific to those skills, like there's a default sort option at the top there. Since Jack and Jill are pretty much Play-Doh Dragonborns in the future, it makes sense to be able to organize your skills in 3 major categories.
Tech skills allow you to equip your Pathfinder with more experimental weaponry, or focus on strategic improvements for you and your squad.
I'm not sure what strategic improvements mean based on tech skills. One could argue that they're merely tactical abilities in combat, but at this point I'm just arguing semantics.
Biotic skills like pull and throw allow you to literally control the battlefield, using your enemies as a shield.
This is the actual highlight of the trailer for me. You can use these guys as weapons and hopefully as more effective shields, although in this example it doesn't quite seem that way. It looks like a generic vacuum and then things just stick in place, but it's still cool to see a gravity gun-like ability, as it's something I wanted to see in the first game.
Or even a weapon. Abilities like Annihilation Shield.
Annihilation was this weird aura blast ability where the enemy just falls over. At rank 6, it can cause unarmored, unshielded, and normal-sided enemies to be lifted into the air for 8 seconds. Okay.
More devastating and effective. Each also has choices to make when upgrading.
Well, that's all good and true, but if you can respec at any time, it makes all your choices moot. Sure, it makes gameplay more dynamic, but resetting your choices mean that even your gameplay choices don't matter as much, and the identity you have with your character is literally in flux. You're no longer a vanguard or a soldier or a level 65 whatever, you're just a grab bag case of skills.
Our Pathfinder's equipped with a sniper rifle and a shotgun, and they've got their 3 powers selected. You'll notice that different enemies each behave in unique ways.
And here we have an environmental hazard, a heat hazard, which looks similar to the condition on Haestrom on Tali's recruitment mission in Mass Effect 2, somewhat similar to what happens in Mass Effect if you don't play as a soldier and don't equip heavy armor. You start taking damage in hostile environments after a time. This is good stuff, although it doesn't seem exactly what the heat hazard does negatively, especially since one's shields were regenerating just fine while this character was in the sunlight. Of course, it's just temperature, and it's in Celsius, and while 50.9 degrees Celsius is extremely hot, it's probably not something that would damage a futuristic spacesuit and its magical alien shielding properties. Now, the heat wasn't really an issue because we were in our cool souped-up airtight spacesuit, so I'm guessing there's some environmental protection against that. But our 2 companions have no helmet in 50 degrees Celsius weather. It just looks pretty silly when you think about it. It would be unbearably hot and humid for even a few seconds. So, if you are interested in buying Andromeda for the gameplay or the multiplayer gameplay, now with this trailer, you can have a reasonable argument.